Good evening, friends. Welcome back to the Shepherd's Evening, the place where we prepare ourselves to rest with the Lord, where we recall His unfailing love to us throughout the day, and then we give thanks for the salvation that He has given us tonight and every night of our lives. We like to do that by opening up God's holy word. Tonight we're going to read from Revelation, the first chapter, verse 13, where part of it says, with a golden sash around his chest. To help us understand God's holy word, we rely on Charles Spurgeon from his Evening by Evening devotional. Here's what Charles writes for us. One like a son of man appeared to John in Patmos. And the beloved disciple noticed that he wore a golden sash. A sash for Jesus was never unprepared while on earth, but always stood ready for service. And now, before the eternal throne, he continues his ministry as our great high priest. It is good for us that he has not ceased to fulfill his offices of love, since it is one of our choicest safeguards that he ever lives to make intercession for us. Jesus is never lazy. His garments are never loose as though his offices were ended. He diligently carries on the cause of his people, a golden sash, to declare the superiority of his service, the royalty of his person, the dignity of his state, the glory of his reward. He no longer cries out of the dust, but he pleads with authority, a king as well as a priest. Our cause is safe enough in the hands of our enthroned Redeemer. Our Lord presents all his people with an example. We must never unbind our sashes. This is not the time for laying down to rest. It is the season of service and warfare. We need to bind the sash of truth more and more tightly around us. It's a golden sash, and as such, it will be our richest adornment. And we greatly need it. For a heart that is not well braced up with the truth as it is in Jesus, and with the faithfulness that is fashioned by the Spirit, will be easily entangled with the things of this life, and tripped up by the snares of temptation. We possess the Scriptures in vain unless we bind them around us like a sash, surrounding our entire nature, keeping each part of our character in order, and giving compactness to our whole being. If in heaven Jesus does not remove the sash, neither should we upon earth. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth. I love where he went there at the end. Because again, this simple concept of how we adorn ourselves, what we adorn ourselves with, says so much to who we are, our identity. That's not something that just Christians do. It's something that culture has done forever. Soldiers wear uniforms. High fashion tries to say something else. People in different stations wear different uniforms. What's your uniform to be as a Christian? And I'm not talking about whether you're wearing Armani or whether you're wearing cut jeans or whether you're wearing sandals and clothes that are hand-me-downs. What is your adornment? Is it the glorious golden garb of all that Jesus has done? Are you wrapped up in him as well as being enfolded by the arms of his love? Are you clothing yourself as Christ tonight? Did you walk that way during the day so that you could come back and testify to our Lord as you get ready to rest? Thanks God for giving me the opportunity to do these things for others, to let them see your glory surrounding me as I did your work, so that they saw me covered by you. See, when people see us that way, simple beggars, unworthy, wrapped up in a golden sash of Christ, it can give them hope that no matter how broken or poor their life is, that they too will be adorned by our heavenly Lord, given an eternal, not just a sash, but robes of white that wash them clean. Brothers and sisters, as you prepare to rest, I hope you do have the opportunity to give thanks tonight for the salvation of Jesus, for being arraigned and adorned in all that he has given you. Receive his mercy, be reminded of it tonight, and wrap yourselves. Whether you're using the sheet as kind of a physical metaphor, wrap yourselves tightly. All that God has given you, so that you can rest well this evening, knowing you are covered by him, and that you are also prepared to go through this night until you rise again, rising in the sun, still wrapped up in him, but prepared now to go forth radiantly in his splendor to his creation, the world, so that others might see his glory and know him. Brothers and sisters, you carry the Lord's glory with you. Share it with the world. I'm Motorcycle Pastor saying, I'll see you in the morning.